Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest and maybe one of the most strategic acquisitions in the entire history of AI, Meta's massive $2 billion bet on a tiny company called Manus. So get this, in late 2025, Meta went and shelled out over $2 billion for Manus. And Manus, it was an AI company that was only 9 months old. That is a huge price tag for a company that young, even in today's crazy AI market. And just to give you some perspective here, this is Meta's third largest purchase ever. We're talking up there with giants like WhatsApp. And the whole thing happened at lightning speed. The entire deal was hammered out in just 10 days. This wasn't your typical talent grab. This was a calculated, high-speed power move with enormous implications.
All right, so let's really dig in here. Because, you know that $2 billion number? It grabs all the headlines, for sure. But the real story, the reason Meta moves so fast, is this incredible, kind of non-obvious piece of tech that can honestly define the entire next phase of AI.
So, what did Meta really get for all that cash? Well, they weren't just buying another cool app or a team of smart engineers. Nope, they were buying something that industry analysts are calling the context layer. Okay, so what is a context layer? Think of it like this. It's the missing link. It's the crucial piece of the puzzle that turns a powerful AI, one that's good at just chatting, into an actual autonomous agent that can get things done for you in the real world. It handles memory, it picks the right tools, and it keeps track of really complex, multi-step jobs. And this is the perfect way to think about it. It really is like the operating system for an AI's brain. You can have the smartest brain in the world. Let's say that's Meta's Llama model. But without an OS, it can't reliably interact with anything. It can't use tools, can't remember what happened 5 minutes ago. It's just raw intelligence. Meta didn't just buy more brain power, they bought the OS to make it useful.
Now this is where it gets really, really cool. This chart shows exactly why Manus's approach is such a game changer. See, most AI agents today, they use these slow, clunky external databases for their memory. But Manus uses a simple file system which acts like a perfect, infinite memory. And for deciding what to do next, other agents kind of just guess, using the LLM, which is unreliable. Manus uses something called a state machine. You can think of it like a super strict flowchart. It forces the AI to make logical, reliable choices. It's a completely different and way more robust way of building these things.
Okay, so how did they pull this off? How did Manus build this superior operating system? Well, it boils down to two really powerful secret sauce ideas that give them this huge technical advantage. The first one is this idea of context engineering. This is their core philosophy, really. It's a whole system for managing the AI's working memory, kind of like our short-term memory, to keep it from getting overloaded. This lets it have a perfect, persistent long-term memory without clogging up its thinking process. And that is what lets it tackle much more complex problems over a long time without getting confused. All right, and the second big idea is something they call wide research. And this is just a totally different way of doing things. You see, most agents search for info one step at a time. It's slow. Manus? Nope. They unleash a whole swarm of little agents that attack the problem all at once, from every possible angle. We're talking up to 100 of these specialized subagents, all working in parallel. Imagine that. You've got one digging through financial reports, another scanning the news, a third one checking code libraries, all at the exact same time. It's incredible. And because of that parallel approach, the system can chew through more than 2,400 sources for just one complex question. To put that in perspective, your typical AI agent, it maxes out at maybe 20, 50 sources. This isn't even in the same league. It's a different sport entirely. And look, the results, they totally back this up. On a benchmark called Gaia, which is basically designed to test how well an AI solves tricky real-world problems, Manus just consistently beat what OpenAI was putting out. So this isn't just theory, right? This is a proven, measurable leap in performance. So this is all super cool tech. But let's bring it back down to earth. What does this actually mean for you, for the billions of us using Meta's apps every single day? Well, Meta's vision is pretty clear. They want to create a personal superintelligence for every single user. And listen, this isn't just about a slightly smarter chatbot in Messenger. No way. The idea is to weave a truly proactive, genuinely helpful assistant right into the core of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
What this tech does is it changes the whole game. It shifts us away from asking simple questions to delegating entire outcomes. So you could literally say, hey, plan my family's trip to Italy, keep it under $3,000, and find stuff for the kids. And poof, it just happens. Or for a business, analyze my recent ad campaigns and tell me what worked. And a few moments later, you've got a full report. That's the future they're trying to build.
But this whole thing isn't just about what it means for users. This acquisition is sending shockwaves through the entire AI industry. It completely reshapes the competitive landscape. See, for the past few years, the AI race has been all about one thing, building bigger and bigger models. But Meta is making a massive bet that the race has changed. They're saying the next frontier isn't just having the biggest brain, it's having the best system to turn that brain's thoughts into action. The new race is for the best execution layer. And by snapping up a company that has the best-in-class execution engine, Meta just threw down the gauntlet. They put immense pressure on rivals like Google and OpenAI. Suddenly, the game isn't just how smart is your model, it's how reliable is your agent. Can it actually do what you ask it to every single time? That's the new bar.
But there's a catch. This isn't a done deal. Not really. Before Meta can cash in on this $2 billion bet, they've got a huge, non-obvious technical problem to solve. And it's a big one.
So here's the challenge. The dirty little secret is that Meta, they built their amazing OS on top of models from their competitors, OpenAI and Anthropic. So Meta's #1 job now is to perform a kind of brain transplant. They have to rip out that rival core and replace it with their own Llama 4 architecture. If they pull it off, great. They cut out massive costs, they get deep integration, everything's wonderful. But if they fail, this whole $2 billion strategy could just stop dead in its tracks.
So when you boil it all down, this is Meta making a huge, bold statement. They are betting that the future of AI isn't about thinking, it's about doing. It's not about the model that's the smartest, but the agent that's the most capable. And with this move, they've forced everyone else in the industry to ask themselves, are they right? The race to find out is officially on.